Spotlight.
Good evening, listeners. Welcome to today's Spotlight. I am Nishit Kumar, and today we'll be discussing about India Seychelles Bilateral Relations, and we have with us today Mr. Ajay Kumar Dubey, former chairperson, Center for African Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Mr. Dubey, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Bilateral relations has been the cornerstone of our foreign policy, and the warm and good relations with nations have been in place more stronger in the past decade or so. India and Seychelles share a deep-rooted relationship that has evolved from historical trade links and robust strategic partnership. This special bond is celebrating its 50th anniversary of formal diplomatic ties, marked by the significant visit of Seychelles President Mr. Patrick Hermini. So, Mr. Dubey, let me begin with the historical ties that India and Seychelles enjoy. If you could take us through the journey.
India and Seychelles are not just geographically close, but they have shared heritage. Much before indentured workers started moving to Africa and other parts of the world from 1834 onward, from 1770, Indians from Tamil Nadu side under British colonial rule had gone to Seychelles, and they were among the founding populations of Seychelles besides the African. So we have a long historical people-to-people connect. It's also very important that Seychelles had been part of Indian diaspora diplomacy. 5 countries that are located in the Indian Ocean along Seychelles, they form Indian Ocean Commission, and in all of them there is substantial percentage of people of Indian origin settled over there. Seychelles itself has around 8 to 9% of its population which is of Indian origin. Current Vice President of Seychelles, Mr. Pillai, is also of Indian origin, and we have a strong connect for ensuring that Indian Ocean, especially the Western Indian Ocean region, remain a free shipping zone and free from any kind of encumbrances from any of the superpower.
Before we proceed any further, Mr. Dubey, let's listen to the Prime Minister, what he had to say about the India-Seychelles relations over the years.
भारत और सेशल्स के संबंध केवल राजनयिक संपर्क तक सीमित नहीं है। हिंद महासागर की लहरें सदियों से हमारे लोगों को जोड़ती आई हैं। इसके तटों पर दोनों देशों के बीच व्यापार बढ़ा, संस्कृतियां मिली और विश्वास की परंपराएं मजबूत होती गई। इंडिया एंड सेशल्स आर कनेक्टेड नॉट जस्ट बाय ज्योग्राफी बट बाय हिस्ट्री, ट्रस्ट एंड शेयर्ड विजन फॉर द फ्यूचर। हमारा नाता कल, आज और आने वाले कल का है। एक मैरीटाइम नेबर और विश्वसनीय साझेदार के रूप में सेशल्स भारत के महासागर विजन का अभिन्न अंग है। हमारा सहयोग जल, थल और नभ को समाहित करता है। आज की चर्चाओं में हमने इस साझेदारी को और अधिक सशक्त बनाने का मार्ग प्रशस्त किया। अपने आर्थिक सहयोग को और सुदृढ़ बनाने के लिए नए अवसरों की तलाश जारी रखने पर हम सहमत हैं।
Mr. Dubey, Seychelles is strategically located in the West Indian Ocean region, and with the growing geopolitical redraw or realignment, engagement or disengagement amongst nations that we are currently witnessing, how do you see Seychelles measuring up in the Indian scheme of things in such a scenario?
Indian Ocean is the backwater of India. Indian Ocean is very important for India from a strategic point of view. Most of the commerce that passes up to Strait of Malacca, it passes through Suez Canal, passes through this Western Indian Ocean region. These are 5 countries, including Seychelles, which are very important for India to safeguard these shipping lines and to make the Indian Ocean a free shipping zone, especially from pirates or all kinds of natural calamities that comes in the region. Therefore, India has very close cooperation with countries like Seychelles in terms of security, in terms of managing natural calamities, in terms of resilience and response to disasters, and they had been cooperating in the past in several areas.
Seychelles is an important cog in the wheel of India's maritime security. You just mentioned the sea routes and kind of saving it and kind of having a safety net around the region from pirates and all. Now, under Sagar, Mr. Dubey, that is a security and growth for all in the region, and now Mahasagar, that is the mutual and holistic advancement for security and growth across the regions. We conduct the L'Amitié Joint Military Exercise as well. Please, if you could tell us more about it.
This is a policy which Prime Minister Modi has announced and followed for the region, where countries located in the Indian Oceans. This is not the concern of India alone to have the security part, but also to have the growth of this country. Our security connect must be also entangled with the Indian initiative to promote growth and to have development cooperation with these regions. That is how the maritime cooperations and the green economy becomes a driving force in connecting the regions with several initiatives of the Government of India. And we have provided several Coast Guard kind of maritime support to them earlier through the Navy. We also have in the region some post which serves as a surveillance and listening post. And we cooperate very closely, as Prime Minister said in his speech. And there is increasing cooperation going on since this Prime Minister has also come last year in October, and the Vice President, Mr. Pillai, is of Indian origin. There is chances of increasing our strategic ties in a much more stronger way than what we have. We know there are other countries which are also serving their interest in the region. China especially is also very active with several countries of the region, and Seychelles had also been a target of China's to have more close relation with this country. So we are working more in developmental areas, and our security concern or security partnership is intertwined with Mahasagar initiative, which is both security and growth.
Now, coming from strategic growth, as you mentioned, to trade and economic partnership, Mr. Dubey. Now, this area has been the hot topic rather, all around of late, and Seychelles is, of course, no exception. With President Harmony's visit, India and Seychelles have signed $175 million of special package, which India is mostly to provide to Seychelles, and other memorandum of understandings as well. Now, before I ask you more about it, let's listen to the Prime Minister what he had to say about this package.
विकास साझेदारी भारत सेशल्स संबंधों की मजबूत नींव रही है। हमारे सभी प्रयास सेशल्स की प्राथमिकताओं और आवश्यकताओं पर आधारित हैं। इस दिशा में आगे बढ़ते हुए आज हम $175 मिलियन के स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक पैकेज की घोषणा करने जा रहे हैं। यह पैकेज सोशल हाउसिंग, ई मोबिलिटी, वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग, स्वास्थ्य, रक्षा और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी जैसे क्षेत्रों में ठोस परियोजनाओं को सपोर्ट देगा। मैरीटाइम नेबर्स के रूप में ब्लू इकोनॉमी हमारे लिए एक स्वाभाविक सहयोग का क्षेत्र है। हम मरीन रिसर्च, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, डेटा शेयरिंग जैसे क्षेत्रों में भारत की विशेषज्ञता सेशल्स के साथ साझा करेंगे। रक्षा सहयोग और मैरीटाइम सुरक्षा हमारी साझेदारी के महत्वपूर्ण स्तंभ है।
Mr. Dubey, we just heard Honorable Prime Minister speak about this $175 million of package being provided to Seychelles and other MOUs, of course, signed. Take us through the deals and agreements that were in today.
There are several agreements that have been signed today. The most important one, Prime Minister himself mentioned some of them, for which the $175 million package have been given. Some of the strength that India has in fintech area, in trade in rupees, also providing UPI facilities over there. India has worked in Seychelles in several areas which are not just interest of India, but what Seychelles has demanded in the past. That's what the Prime Minister was hinting, that our cooperation is not driven by India, but based on the demand of the Seychelles. So the housing, the e-mobility, the health sectors, education, training is all where Seychelles wants India to cooperate in terms of capacity building, in terms of better facilities for its populations, Besides that, as the Prime Minister hinted, since Seychelles is an island surrounded by water from all sides, and in the Indian Ocean we have increasing presence of superpowers like USA and others, there is also a need to provide a security to these small islands.
Absolutely, Mr. Dubey. One very interesting point in this package deal with Seychelles is that the civil servants of Seychelles would be trained in India. That speaks volumes of the steel structure of India and how good an infrastructure we have built so far as civil services is concerned over the years. Now, the Prime Minister talked about the blue economy. You mentioned about the green economy earlier. The blue economy and solar energy development is also one of the vital links joining the two nations. Now, both collaborate on ocean resources management, fisheries, marine research. Now, Seychelles is also a founding member of the India-led International Solar Alliance. How do you see this?
Exactly. That's so India has been a very close partnership with Seychelles, both in green economy and blue economy. It has been part of Indian initiative. As you said, it's a partnership that is not just starting now, but for some time from foundation of Indian Solar Alliance. Seychelles was part of that. Also, the Mahasagar largely focuses on the blue economy, where the cooperation into several areas in fisheries, in nodules that are located in mineral resources that are located in the Indian Ocean within the economic zone of each country and beyond. The India and Seychelles cooperates very closely. So both the blue economy through the harnessing of ocean resources and green economy by harnessing the solar and renewable energy, India and Seychelles had been cooperating.
Absolutely. Before we proceed any further, let's listen into the Seychelles President Patrick Herminy, what he had to say about his visit to India.
We undertook a comprehensive review of Seychelles-India relations and reaffirmed our shared commitment to advancing a practical, forward-looking partnership anchored in tangible outcomes for our peoples. Economic engagement and development support featured prominently in our exchanges. Our collaboration in maritime surveillance, security, and defense capacity development continues to play a vital role. We also address infrastructure development and investment facilitation as key enablers of economic resilience and inclusive growth. Opportunities to expand cooperation in renewable energy, notably solar power, were also identified in support of Seychelles' climate and emission reduction objectives.
Mr. Dubey, another important pillar of the relations between the two nations is the sharing of India Stack, that is digital public infrastructure. We just heard today that India would be making live its UPI arrangement with Seychelles. Now that's a very significant move, if I may say, and India would be providing the Aadhaar infrastructure, the ecosystem that we have developed, for Seychelles to develop one of its own based on the line of the Aadhaar infrastructure, the fintech cooperation that we are having. Your say on that?
Yes, I think Seychelles needs that. It has around 110,000 populations and 10% of them are Indian origin. They are quite familiar with the rupees. So UPI will be very familiar and will have greater chances of success in this country. Besides that, as you said, Aadhaar is something that is globally recognized as a very important digital identification device, and the Seychelles is very keen to do that, and India is very capable of extending its cooperation in that directions.
So, Mr. Dubey, the current times that we are living in with the geopolitical tensions, as you can see, happening all over, and with the advanced economies, particularly if we can talk about the US kind of exerting pressure with tariffs and all, we saw that happen over the past few months now. Of course, we have inked that deal now with the India-US Free Trade Agreement. How important it is for India to have an outreach with other economies, be it Seychelles or any other country, especially in the Indian Ocean region, for having a better say in the scheme of things?
India-US deal for trade is almost done. But what is important that this deal also not to be seen in isolation. Prime Minister Modi had been taking steps to have parallel negotiation, parallel reach out for different kinds of trade deals. entire Africa has come under one trade zone, and the Seychelles is part of Africa. Indian access to Africa is through Mauritius, through Seychelles, and therefore to diversify our trade links is to dilute our dependence on one or two major country or group. So in that connections, Seychelles' advantage as a gateway to Africa with substantial Indian population and good relation in the past is very important for India to have a robust economic and trade diversification, not dependent on one or two bloc or superpowers.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much, Mr. Dubey, for having joined us and shared your views on India-Seychelles bilateral relations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Listeners, you can also listen to this program on our mobile app News on AIR and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
Spotlight.